Hello, this is the Read Aloud audio version of the Robyn Rocket photobook. Robyn Rocket, a photo book about the first 5 years of Robyn Rocket at Cafe Oto, 2019 to 2025. Learning disability/autism is not a genre, so my idea was to create an environment that could work for as many people as possible. What is Robyn Rocket? Robyn Rocket is a residency captained by Robyn Rocket. Robyn is a disabled artist who is supported in part by Heart and Soul, an arts charity based in Deptford, South East London. Robyn is part of their artist development programme. During a development session, it was suggested Robyn begin a residency to bring together the many strands of her work, including visual art, music, and advocacy for disabled people. Robyn Rocket began in 2017 in the basement of a record shop in Deptford. At the time, Heart and Soul and East London venue Cafe Oto were both part of the PRSF Talent Development Network. Heart and Soul were invited to deliver a session for the network, and that is where Robyn met one of the founders of Cafe Oto, who in turn introduced Robyn to the team. Robyn was putting out music via Bandcamp and sent it to Abby Thomas, who works for Otto and runs the record label Bison. She picked up on Robyn's work and played it to others at Otto. This led to Robyn being invited with Kathy Hume as the hairdressers to support the Bitchin' Bahas. The programmer of Otto was at the gig and Robyn suggested a whole night of her collaborations. This became the pilot of Robyn Rocket at Cafe Oto in September 2018. It was well received, and so Robyn, with Heart and Soul's help, applied for funding to do regular gigs at Otto. In 2019, Robyn was funded by PRSF and Help Musicians UK to put on 3 gigs. Robyn Rocket has been funded by PRSF and Help Musicians UK, as well as Arts Council England for 5 years at the time of writing. To mark the first 5 years, David Leskowski, photographer, suggested a photo book. Here it is. I could not fit in the photos of all the artists who played, as more than 70 artists have performed at Robyn Rocket. Artists with learning disabilities, autistic artists. When I started Robyn Rocket, I really wanted to bring together artists from the learning disability, autism art scene and the local art scene in Deptford where we were based at the time. I was going out in Deptford regularly but didn't see my Heart and Soul friends performing there. They were mostly performing at events aimed at people with learning disabilities and autistic people. But learning disability/autism is not a genre, so my idea was to create an environment that could work for as many people as possible. I program quality work, and the impact of the wider scene that I am seeing in this work is both a cultural shift, which I'm only a small part of, but also tangible, getting gigs, having photos and videos to send to promoters of other gigs, and making it more likely that other artists will get more gigs and get heard. Electric Fire. Electric Fire are supported by Heart and Soul. The band met at Do Your Own Thing, Heart and Soul's project for young people. This photo is of percussionist and singer Ahima, who gets his face painted as a different WWF wrestler each gig. DJ Night. We did a DJ night. We had a few Heart and Soul DJs and Mika Levi. At their request, I put Mika in the middle of the night. The night started with Mika's fans outside and a small group of people inside. When Mika played, everything changed. Their fans came in, had a great time and stayed to hear the rest of the Heart and Soul DJs. This felt like a turning point. Proof that people could and would enjoy artists with learning disabilities/autistic artists. Someone said it wouldn't be a Robyn Rocket without Robyn playing space trumpet. So I sat under the DJ table at the end and people stayed for that too. Daylight Studios, a charity run by Jack Daly who supports artists with learning disabilities to make music. He mainly works one-to-one, but he invited a group of artists he works with to perform together. Daylight Studios had a track sampled by Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. The track is called Out of the Blue. Jamaica. A band supported by The Gate, an arts centre in West London for adults with learning disabilities. After playing at Robyn's Rocket, Jamaica got invited to play at the Counterflows Festival in Scotland. Mr. aka Amazing. An artist supported by 54 The Gate, he uses rapping and what other people have said is like beat poetry. He talks openly about relationships and feelings, as well as enjoying playing with words. 2 Decks. An artist supported by 54 The Gate. He is a rapper and he also hosted the Gate radio show on Resonance FM called Gate Kicks. Taylor Milburn. Taylor Milburn was a one-off collaboration between Heart and Soul artists Tilly Milburn and Del the Piggy, Wayne Taylor, Mark Williams, Ned Smith and Charles Stewart. Dean Rodney Jr. and the Cowboys. A band led by Heart and Soul artist Dean Rodney Jr., performing his original songs worked into a band format with Rosie Ridgway. Lizzie Emma, the first UK solo artist with a learning disability to release an album of original songs. Lizzie was a soul jazz singer. Photo by Sandra Reynolds. Robyn Rocket with. Part of getting funding from organisations like the Arts Council and PRSF, Performing Rights Society Foundation, is professional development for the artist leading the project. I like playing with anyone, but my friend Kathy suggested inviting artists that other people had heard of to do a set with me at Robyn's Rocket, and we've done that ever since 2019. And here are some photos of the people that I have done sets with. Maggie Nichols, a vocal improviser, tap dancer and pianist. Maggie has worked with lots of other artists, including John Stevens and Keith Tippett. Maggie was also a windmill girl. Sue Lynch, a saxophone and flute player, and runs the Horse Improvised Music Club. Phil Minton, a vocal improviser, perhaps best known for his Feral Choir project. John Edwards, plays double bass and is well known across the European free improvisation scene. Alex Ward, a guitarist and clarinet player, he creates very detailed work and is maybe best known for his Item series. Charles Hayward, a drummer perhaps best known for his work in This Heat and This Is Not This Heat, Camberwell Now and his latest project Abstract Concrete. He was the first drum tutor Heart and Soul worked with. Seb Rochford, known for playing in Polar Bear and early Sons of Kemet, as well as his solo work. Photo by Sian O'Connor. Total Refreshment Centre. When we moved to Dalston, one thing that was initially missing, apart from the Cafe Oto link, because that's where we are, was other local artists. In early 2022, I began to become part of the Total Refreshment Centre Studios community. The Total Refreshment Centre is up the road from Cafe Oto and is a collection of mostly music studios. People like Thurston Moore, Jamie Branch and Alabaster de Plume have recorded there. I have a studio there and being around other musicians is very important to me. It's been lovely to be able to invite them to play. Alabaster de Plume, a saxophone player, guitarist, singer and songwriter, played with Donna Thompson and Robyn Rocket. Clementine March has played in lots of different bands including Bassian and Blue House, but is also a solo artist. She plays bass, guitar, flute, organ and sings. Donna Thompson is a multi-instrumentalist who plays trumpet, keys, drums and sings. She has collaborated with lots of different people but is currently working on her solo music. Floating World Pictures is a rotating cast of musicians. The project is led by Mikey Chestnut and Ray Wong. Ray introduced Robyn to Vinyl Deptford as he ran a monthly jam there. James Howard, singer-songwriter. This was the gig that Robyn spoke the words she used in the track We Are All Human on Robyn Rocket and people you may have heard of. Matters Unknown. The project of tuba, trumpet, synth and flute player Jonathan Enser, who is also known for their work with Nubian Twist. Betamax vs Clive Bell vs Ray Wong. Betamax, The Comet Is Coming, Soccer 96, and his dad, Clive Bell, collaborated with Ray Wong. Photo by Sian O'Connor. What makes Robyn's Rocket? Here is some information about what makes a Robyn's Rocket. Live visuals. Since being at Cafe Oto, we have worked with VJ, visual DJ, Rucksack Cinema, aka Jamie Rory Lucy. Jamie works with a heart and soul artist who uses an iPad to create live visuals, which Jamie adds to and manipulates and projects onto a screen, a wall and a ceiling. In the first 5 years at Cafe Oto, Jamie has worked with heart and soul artists Ariel, Asian and Samir. There's some photos of Emily, Asian's mum, Asian and Jamie, Jamie and Ariel, photo by Sandra Reynolds, and a photo of Samir, photo by Sean O'Connor. COVID times. Not wanting to completely stop doing gigs, we did a hybrid gig where people got a pack in the post with a small gift from each artist playing as well as a Rocket badge. The photo on this page is of Gemma Freeman and the Cosmic Something, who played at a gig where we could not have an in-person audience. We were planning on doing streaming anyway, but the experience of watching other people's streams informed the high production value TV-like presentation of the streaming, as well as using it as a platform to share Robyn and other disabled artists' work. When we could do gigs again, we created social distancing moon badges for people who needed or wanted to socially distance. We also had some face masks printed so they'd look less medical and hopefully more friendly. We were planning on doing streaming anyway, but the experience of watching other people's streams informed the high production value TV-like presentation of the streaming, as well as using it as a platform to share Robyn and other disabled artists' work. Ingredients. Spaceship theme. To make the space feel different so people who may not usually feel welcome in a space now feel so. They're willing to come inside. Active hosting. To help people feel welcome. Rocket badges, so people can say how much communication they want or do not want with other people. Crew t-shirts, so people who are running the event are easy to identify. Sensory environment. Earplugs or ear defenders are provided if people need to reduce the sound, along with reusable earplugs and sunglasses in case the lights are too bright. Timetable and feedback stars. Timetables. The merchandise table and the stage have a shape and colour to represent each artist, so being able to read is not a barrier to following what is happening. People can draw or write or ask for help to fill out one of the card stars to give feedback about what they like and what they think should change at Robyn's Rocket. People who've played at Robyn's Rocket. 2019. Steve Pretty, Bassheads, The Hairdressers, Jamaica, Alex Monk, Lukey Foxtrot, Guardian, Lizzie Emma, The Jazz Biscuits, The Valves of Surplus Value, The Unreliable Witnesses, The Hairdressers. 2020. Spaceheads, Tangerine Cat, Mark Williams plus Charles Stewart. 2021. Rabbit, Gemma Freeman and the Cosmic Something, Charles Hayward, Private Plebs. 2022. Donna Thompson, Robyn Rocket plus Alabaster de Plume, Floating World Pictures, Supriya Nagarjun, Duncan Chapman, Patrick Shaw Iverson. DJ Night, Shalim, DJ Bubbles, Wayne, Mika Levi, Castro, Trancy Parker with MC David Koch. The Carbonators, John Edwards plus Robyn Rocket, Prangers, Taylor Milburn, Charles Hayward plus Robyn Rocket. 2023. Isaac Palm plus Mick Grierson plus Matthew Yee King, Robyn Rocket plus Maggie Nichols, Danalog and the Analog Wrecking Crew, Anne Buckler, Rotten Bliss, Phil Minton plus Robyn Rocket, Lost Socks, Audrey Chen, Dean Rodney Jr. and the Cowboys, Matters Unknown, Electric Fire, Paddy Steer, James Howard, Orrin Marshall, Steve Noble, Alan Wilkinson. 2024. Trancy Parker, DJ Bubbles, Wayne Taylor, Mariam Vizier, Mr. AKA Amazing, Two Decks, Clementine March, Sue Lynch plus Robyn Rocket, Seb Rochford plus Robyn Rocket, It Was All a Dream, DMS, Clive Bell, Betamax Ray Wong, Alex Ward, Daylight Studio, MF Tomlinson. 2025. Digital Roses, Sam Castle Ward, Kath Roberts, Mikey Chestnut, Robyn Rocket, Elaine Mitchener plus Robyn Rocket, Iko Sherry. Photography credits. David Laskowski, front cover pages 1 to 10, 13 to 17, 20 to 26, 28 to 31. Sandra Reynolds, pages 11, 24, Jamie and Ariel, 32, 33 and the back cover. Sian O'Connor, pages 10 and 29. Samir. Marion Medic, page 8, Mr. aka Amazing. Thank yous. I'll do my best to remember everyone. Funders: Arts Council England, PRSF, Performing Rights Society Foundation, HMUK, Help Musicians UK, PRSF, Joe Franklin and Joe, who used to work at Help Musicians UK. These early relationships with named people were so important for believing in myself and feeling confident. It felt very big and exciting to have funding, but also a responsibility to deliver. Joe and Joe both showed genuine interest and care towards me, and it meant a lot. Support from everyone at Heart and Soul: Mark Williams, Richard Phoenix, Emily Payne, Rachel Parslew, for all believing in me, trusting me and supporting me. Cafe Oto, especially Fielding Hope, Hamish Dunbar and Abby Thomas. Crew: I'll try and list everyone. Kim Few, David Laskowski, James Dunn, Billy Steiner, Sean Crook, Rory Salter, Ricky Tracino Dabry, Karina Townsend, Hattie Moore, Catherine Dunn, Steph Kett, Cleo Sava, Jamie Rory Lucy, Samir, Asian, Ariel, Mike Eden, Toby Burrows, Matt Kennedy, Franklin Oliver, Francis Moore, Lizzie Moore, Will Rose, Jules Sharpner, Rosie Ridgway, Richard Phoenix, Craig Clark, Kevin Onya, Jackson Burton, Abby Thomas, Fielding Hope, Hamish Dunbar, Tony, all Otto staff and bar staff and volunteers, Sian O'Connor and Marion Medic. Special thanks to Karina Townsend, who was the first crew member after me and was very important in making Robyn's Rocket what it is today. Arts Council: Richard Ings, Miriam Solomon, Olivia Coleman and the Access team and helpline. Audience: thank you to everyone who comes as audience members, and thank you for filling out feedback stars. Artists: thank you for playing and engaging with Robyn's Rocket. 2025 Robyn's Rocket. This collection of photography from 5 years of Robyn's Rocket transgalactic flight represents a pure joy created by the musicians, crew and audience. Having the opportunity to help to develop and to showcase the project here is my absolute honour. I wish Robyn's Rocket, fueled by love, inclusiveness and artistic drive, to continue its Milky Way flight for another 500 years. David Laskowski. Amazing. A photo book about the first 5 years of Robyn's Rocket at Cafe Oto. An inclusive conscious residency at London's Cafe Oto, captained by space trumpeter Robyn Rocket. Inclusive conscious means: 1. Look who's not in the space. 2. Invite them in. 3. Ask for feedback. 4. Do the feedback when you can. www.robynsrocket.com. Robyn is spelled R-O-B-Y-N. Thank you for watching and listening to this read aloud of the Robyn's Rocket photo book. Bye bye.